Hi everyone! Welcome back to One Day One English, your daily dose of English learning. Today, we're going to explore a word that adds a spark of curiosity to your vocabulary. Ready to learn? Let's get started. Today's word is curious. Let's spell it out. C-U-R-I-O-U-S. Curious. Now, pay attention to the stress and repeat after me. Curious. 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 Curious means having a strong desire to know or learn something. It's often used when someone is interested in finding out more about something or someone. Let's see how curious is used in conversation. We've prepared some examples for you. First, let's use curious in a simple sentence. I'm curious about the new movie that just came out. Repeat after me. I'm curious about the new movie that just came out. I'm curious about the new movie that just came out. I'm curious about the new movie that just came out.
What do you want to do this weekend?
I'm curious about the new movie that just came out. Let's go watch it.
Next, a common expression using curious is, she's always curious about how things work. Repeat after me. She's always curious about how things work. She's always curious about how things work. She's always curious about how things work.
Why does she ask so many questions?
She's always curious about how things work. It makes her a great problem solver.
For a more advanced expression, the scientist was curious enough to conduct an experiment to find out the truth. Repeat after me. The scientist was curious enough to conduct an experiment to find out the truth. The scientist was curious enough to conduct an experiment to find out the truth. The scientist was curious enough to conduct an experiment to find out the truth.
How did this new discovery happen?
The scientist was curious enough to conduct an experiment to find out the truth.
Words similar in meaning to curious are inquisitive and interested. Inquisitive suggests a deep interest in learning, often with a focus on asking questions. It can sometimes have a slightly negative connotation if someone is overly curious. Interested is a more general term that indicates a desire to know more about something but doesn't imply the same level of intensity as curious or inquisitive. For example,
she has an inquisitive mind that never stops asking questions.
I'm interested in learning more about this topic.
That's all for today's lesson. Now it's your turn. Use curious in a sentence and share it in the comments below. I'm curious to see your creative examples. I hope you enjoyed learning about the word curious today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a lesson. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on One Day One English.